Welcome to LFC Transfer HQ, your ultimate source for all things Liverpool FC transfers. Like and subscribe for more football updates. Our first news is sources. Real Madrid have more or less secured deals for two players in 2026. According to Defensa Central, Real Madrid are close to finalizing deals to bring Ibrahima Konate from Liverpool on a free transfer and Nico Paz from Como for €10 million in 2026. These moves are still awaiting the final approval of Xabi Alonso, who is carefully assessing his squad during his first months in charge of Los Blancos. Alonso is aware that at least two new players are expected to arrive next season. The big question remains, can the current system function effectively without these additions? While there is still a chance to reconsider or cancel one of the deals, it seems unlikely. Both Konate and Nico are highly valued by Real Madrid, and the club believes they could play a significant role next season. Both would be delighted to play for the Merengues in the coming years, fully aware of the demands this entails, the report highlights. Konate faces questions while Nico shines. Konate has had a rocky start to the season with Liverpool, which has raised some questions about his immediate form. However, Real Madrid remain confident in his potential. It is natural that he might have other things on his mind, but the club is focused on his long-term contribution. On the other hand, Nico has surprised many. The Real Madrid youth product has grown into Como's leader and has become one of the standout players in Serie A. His performances have earned him a chance to return to Madrid next season. On the other hand, the outlet mentions that the one with the most doubts is Konate, but almost everyone is convinced about Nico. With these signings, Real Madrid are preparing to strengthen their squad and ensure the team remains competitive for domestic and European challenges. Both players bring promise, talent, and depth, signaling a busy and strategic transfer window ahead for Los Blancos. Real Madrid suffered a crushing 2-5 defeat against Atletico Madrid, leaving fans concerned about the team's current form. While the scoreline was worrying, one fact became very clear that Real Madrid are growing increasingly dependent on Kylian Mbappé. For what it is worth, there is a valid argument that the 26-year-old French forward is carrying most of the attacking load, and the stats confirm it. So far this season, Mbappé has scored 10 of Real Madrid's 18 goals. The only match where he didn't score was against Mallorca. Even in a tough game at the Wanda Metropolitano, he managed to score one of Madrid's 2 goals, with Arda Güler scoring the other. This trend shows that when Real Madrid find the net, Mbappé is usually the one making it happen. Numbers show Mbappé's key role. The statistics underline his importance. In La Liga, he has scored 8 goals from just 24 shots, 13 of which were on target. Our second news is Pundit suggests major signing is going backwards. Liverpool's Wirtz question grows after Palace defeat. Liverpool's first loss of the season, a late 2-1 collapse at Crystal Palace, left more than just points behind at Selhurst Park. It sparked a wider debate about how Arne Slot is using Florian Wirtz, and whether one of Europe's most celebrated young talents has yet found a place in the rhythm of Anfield. Palace capitalize on errors. Palace were sharper, hungrier, and ruthless in punishing Liverpool's lapses. Ismaila Sarr's opener owed as much to Liverpool's disorganization as it did to Palace's compact pressing under Oliver Glasner. Federico Chiesa's equalizer briefly offered hope, but Edin Nketiah's last gasp strike from a long throw-in sealed Liverpool's fate. Alisson Becker's saves kept the scoreline respectable, yet vulnerabilities were evident elsewhere. Ibrahima Konate looked uneasy, while Milos Kerkez's misjudgment contributed directly to the decisive goal. But for all the defensive errors, it was the struggles further forward that commanded the most attention. Wirtz under scrutiny. Florian Wirtz, deployed awkwardly on the left, endured another frustrating evening. The 22-year-old was withdrawn in the second half after failing to influence the game, his presence on the flank highlighting a structural imbalance in Liverpool's attack. Tony Cascarino, speaking on TalkSport, voiced concerns that Wirtz's early promise in red is fading. Cascarino said, "He played on the left yesterday, and they're trying to shoehorn him into the team. I think he's better as a number 10, but he hasn't played particularly well yet. We all know he's a talent, but every week that goes by and he hasn't found his feet or looks like he's getting brighter. He's actually gone backwards since the start of the season. He added that while Wirtz's Community Shield display hinted at his ability, his Premier League adaptation has been patchy. It's early days and I'm not going after him, but I'm concerned by his performance because it's not been good. Selection dilemma ahead. With Chelsea up next, Slot faces a difficult call. Casemiro was blunt in his assessment. Well, not under current form. Because he's not played well enough to actually be in the starting lineup, I don't see that at all. European nights may still offer Wirtz the stage to thrive, but domestically the tempo appears to catch him. Resting him against Chelsea, restoring a more familiar midfield three, might provide both the team and the player some relief before the international break. What is clear is that Liverpool invested in Wirtz to be more than a puzzle piece. Slot must now decide whether persistence or patience will unlock his true role at Anfield. Stay tuned for all the latest Liverpool transfer news, match updates, and breaking stories. Our third news is, play at Liverpool, manager sensationally backs €50 million star to move to Anfield as major signing bombs under Arne Slot. Juventus manager Igor Tudor has backed one of his best players to star for Liverpool, as a major signing that Arne Slot and Richard Hughes made in his position is struggling to do well. Andrea Cambiaso has been on the books of Juventus since 2022 and is 25 years of age now, and Tudor believes that the Italy international is good enough to turn out for Liverpool. Tudor, who replaced Thiago Motta as the Juventus head coach in March 2025, is of the opinion that Cambiaso is good enough to turn out for Real Madrid or Manchester City. In the past, both Liverpool and Manchester City have been linked with Cambiaso, who is a versatile player and can operate as a right back, left back or further up the pitch as a winger. The 25-year-old has made all four of his appearances as a left wing-back this season, while in the 2024-25 campaign, the Italian star featured 26 times as a left-back, with Calciomercato reporting in November 2024 that Juventus valued him at €50 million, £43.6 million, $58.5 million. Tudor said during a press conference on Friday ahead of Juventus Serie A match against Atalanta on Saturday, when asked whether Cambiaso can play as a box-to-box midfielder, as quoted in Football Italia, he can play as a mezzala. He has a different kind of mind, in a good way. As a fullback, he sees things as a midfielder. Sometimes he moves inside, and he feels the positions. I give the guys a bit of freedom to adapt on the pitch in the best way according to their qualities. He's a top-level player. He needs to be more consistent in his performances, and he has to work and grow. It always depends on him. Potentially, he's a player for the best clubs in the world, but it's up to him to decide. He can play at Liverpool, Real Madrid or Manchester City, the top clubs in the world, but he has to say, I'll get there because every Sunday, I'm the best. If he says that, he can go and play there shortly. Tudor's praise for Cambiaso comes amid struggles for Milos Kerkez at Liverpool. The Hungary international joined Liverpool from Bournemouth in a £40 million, €46 million, $53.6m deal in what was hailed as a masterclass deal from Reds sporting director Richard Hughes. The 21-year-old established himself as one of the best young left-backs during his time at Bournemouth, but the Hungarian has failed to replicate that form so far for Liverpool. Liverpool manager Arne Slot played Andy Robertson ahead of Kerkez in their opening Champions League game of the season against Atletico Madrid. Kerkez was also at fault for Crystal Palace's second and winning goal against Liverpool at Selhurst Park in the Premier League on Saturday. Former Liverpool player Don Hutchison said, "The bad decision in the build-up was Kerkez not clearing the ball with his right foot, he kicked it out cheaply for a Palace throw-in, and how they've made him pay." It's a brilliant finish from Nketiah. Latest Liverpool news, Everton competition, transfer blunder. In other Liverpool news, the defending Premier League champions are competing with Everton for a Greek star, with a number of clubs scouting him. Liverpool have been reminded by a transfer journalist how they missed out on a top winger for a bargain deal, with Hughes now planning to sign him for a much higher fee. And finally, Liverpool are in competition with Manchester United for one of the defenders in the Premier League, but it would be a controversial transfer if he left his club for Anfield. Stay tuned for all the latest Liverpool transfer news, match updates, and breaking stories. Our fourth news is Liverpool told they've sold a player like prime Casemiro as local journalists hail former Red. Liverpool's summer transfer business was widely praised after they began to really shape Arne Slot's squad in his image. In contrast to Slot's first year in charge, the Reds were extremely active in terms of incomings, while also shipping out a number of players as well. One of those to be given the boot was Tyler Morton, who made only 5 appearances under Slot in 2024-25. Morton left for Lyon, with Liverpool banking around £15 million in pure profit on a player brought through the academy. While it felt like a good deal for Liverpool, there was a nagging feeling that they perhaps had not utilised the 22-year-old enough and he would go on to shine in France. So far, that has been exactly what has happened. Morton has earned rave reviews at Lyon, and after scoring his first goal for Les Gones on Sunday, has been showered with even more praise. Tyler Morton continues to impress for Lyon. While there was clearly no real place for Morton to get minutes by staying at Liverpool, he is exactly the type of player Slot could do with as Ryan Gravenberch's understudy. Unfortunately, this does not guarantee minutes, and it was the right time for Morton to leave. But after seeing him nod home the winner for Lyon against Lille on Sunday, fans may be wondering if he could not have stayed for another season. Journalists in France have certainly been impressed, with L'Equipe's Arnaud Hermant raving about the Liverpool Academy graduate. "I didn't know Morton and I like him a lot," Hermant told L'Equipe du Soir. "Because I think he is a star in the making. A pop star or English pop rock. There was a slip-up, red card, at Rennes, but otherwise I think he's very intelligent in what he does as well in his movements. He's technically fine, the goal puts it in well, he makes passes. For me he's a really good player." Morton was the one who was really at the end of the bench when they weren't ready, and like that when he played, everything you didn't see, knowing if it's true that it's another context, but even with the English hopefuls, U21s, he didn't have that effect, one of Hermant's colleagues on the show added. "And when I saw Lyon, then obviously I said to myself, they took a good player, but also quickly he has taken the technical keys, we will say, of this team. It's true that he shines, he is quite solar, and I find in his style I didn't expect it to be so strong." With Morton earning such high praise in the south of France, Sky Sports Switzerland analyst Victor Lefaucheuse has also biggied the midfielder up, comparing him to Man United's Casemiro. "Morton is truly that unmanageable Caucasian troubadour, sometimes inspired, and terribly endearing," Lefaucheuse wrote on X, "exceptional in the Casemiro role today but obviously not immune to a blunder. Undoubtedly horrible stress for manager Fonseca." Stay tuned for all the latest Liverpool transfer news. Our fifth news is Liverpool told £100 million bid for player, on their list, would be accepted. Liverpool enjoyed a busy summer transfer window which saw Arne Slot add over £420 million worth of talent to his side. Florian Wirtz became the most expensive Premier League signing of all time after making an £116 million switch. Before that was eclipsed by Alexander Isak's £125 million move to Anfield. However, they are showing no signs of slowing down in the transfer market and have already set their sights on further transfer targets. The Reds have been linked with a surprise move to sign another attacking star in the form of former Man City star Julian Alvarez. Alvarez missed Atletico Madrid's defeat to Liverpool at Anfield earlier this month, but has long been linked with making the switch to Merseyside. Liverpool unlikely to pursue Julian Alvarez's interest. Former Man United chief scout Mick Brown told Football Insider in March that Liverpool are keeping tabs on Alvarez as they plan to add to their attacking ranks. However, as I revealed on the latest edition of Football Insider's Inside Track podcast, any deal for the Argentina international is considered highly unlikely as things stand. The arrivals of Isak and Hugo Ekitike have negated the desire for added attacking talent, while Atletico are set to value Alvarez at over £100 million as a result of his importance. Speaking on the Inside Track podcast, I explained, it would be a surprise if Liverpool were to pursue a move for Alvarez. He was on their list, but that was before they signed Isak. Obviously then they've got Ekitike as well. That's two forwards already brought in to bolster the attack. It looks a real difficult deal to do now just due to the finances involved. I don't think Atletico Madrid want to lose Julian Alvarez either. He's a real key man for Diego Simeone's side. He's under contract at the Metropolitano until 2030 as well. It's a huge fee to even consider selling him. You're probably looking around the £100 million mark. Despite their long-term interest, Liverpool now have no need to spend a significant fee on Alvarez, although he remains on their list. Liverpool priced out of a move to sign Alvarez. Regardless of the attacking talent already on display at Anfield, Atletico Madrid's asking price is set to deter any interest from Liverpool in 2026. Football Insider revealed on September 3 that Liverpool are not expected to spend big in the coming transfer windows as a result of their hectic summer. Despite a feeling that some key areas of the squad are still in need of strengthening, the purse strings are set to be tightened by the Reds' hierarchy. The high-spending summer window was facilitated by their minimal spend in 2024, when Slot completed just one signing of note as Federico Chiesa arrived from Juventus. While Alvarez had been a name on Liverpool's radar, their spending restrictions and abundance of talent have made their renewed interest unlikely. Our last news is Rooney, Slot's superstar, cost Liverpool in damaging defeat against Palace. Liverpool's unbeaten start to the Premier League season came to an end at Selhurst Park, and Wayne Rooney believes the absence of Hugo Ekitike played a bigger role than many have realised. The 23-year-old Frenchman missed the 2-1 defeat to Crystal Palace after his controversial red card against Southampton. Although Arne Slot has denied there's been a fine issued to the forward, his reaction after the game showed that he could foresee his absence being as costly as it proved to be. While our record signing Alexander Isak started up front, the former Newcastle striker failed to take his chances, and Rooney feels the difference was clear. Speaking on the Wayne Rooney Show, via BBC Sport, the Manchester United legend said, "I think the sending off to Ekitike, against Southampton, is bigger than what people think. I think he's a superstar and I think he can affect Liverpool in so many different ways, and of course they've got Isak, but I think Ekitike, I think that loss was massive. It's a telling point given the summer transfer business. Liverpool spent big on both forwards and Florian Wirtz, but the idea was always to have multiple attacking weapons." Rooney's comments underline how important Ekitike is likely to be over the course of the season and that he's currently outperforming the two big money signings. The loss at Selhurst Park cut our lead at the top of the table from 5 points to just 2 after Arsenal's late win over Newcastle. While it is still September, the momentum needs to swing back quickly, with a Champions League trip to Galatasaray followed by Chelsea away on Saturday. Palace were excellent, with Eddie Nketiah grabbing the winner deep into stoppage time after Federico Chiesa's equalizer had briefly given us hope. The Reds had chances, but Florian Wirtz was denied from close range and Isak shot wide in a frustrating afternoon. Rooney's verdict will sting, but it also shows the faith observers have in Ekitike's ability to make a difference. We need the Frenchman back on top form quickly, as well as his teammates stepping up, if we're to keep our place at the top of the league. Stay tuned for all the latest Liverpool transfer news, match updates, and breaking stories. Thanks for watching. That's all for today's transfer update. But the transfer window never sleeps, and neither do we. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe for the latest Liverpool FC transfer news, rumors, and confirmed deals. Don't forget to turn on notifications so you never miss an update, because at LFC Transfer HQ, you'll never walk alone.